Peace, peace, peace. Namaste, namaste. Much gratitude and much grace where we give love, we give thanks. You are back on Only for Hearts podcast with your host, Joshua Hightower. I pray everyone's having a beautiful day. They're knocking out their goals, they're resting, they're building, and they're just working and developing themselves better and cultivating their better self day in and day out. Today's topic, man, today, what we're going to get into, what we're going to really submerge our minds and our spirits in is the life of a farmer. And the life of a farmer is a beautiful thing to study. It's a beautiful attribute, a beautiful characteristic to build, to develop, to add into your tool bag because it shows you all aspects of life. What more like closely to seeing and watching life develop than someone who's planting seeds and growing and nurturing and doing all of these things to help it blossom, help it be fruitful, help it be, amplified. And it's a beautiful thing because we can learn a lot from a farmer. We can learn a lot from the patience of a farmer, the work and the ingredients of agriculture and just watching how things are growing and building. And I like to dive in it to say that the life of a farmer is a patient one. Patience. You need patience in life. You can't just earn everything by tomorrow. These things that you are trying to get or trying to attract, you don't develop overnight. It's not a thing that's developed overnight. You need patience. Things take time. There's pieces to the puzzle that have to develop and have to be put here and there, which is it's not done overnight. You weren't even made overnight. So what makes you think your whole life aspirations and goals can be developed overnight? It took you 9 months to even be formed as a baby, a small baby. And even then, it takes you 18, 21 years, still even further, 27, to fully develop as an adult in the mind. So you have to practice patience. You have to understand that things take time and it is going to play a crucial role in who wants it the most, who wants to stick with this and be devoted to the mission the longest. That's the whole point of the life of a farmer. You are able to take care and nurture things and be able to be patient and be detailed and just be thankful and be present in the moment. But we lack patience. We lack being patient. I myself lack patience sometimes. And it could be in a space of where, for an example, for me personally, there's a lot of goals that I want to attract and want to get done at a moment's notice. But I realize I'm at an age where it takes time to develop. I'm doing great. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm en route. I'm on the right path, but you just don't get everything at a moment's notice. You have to be patient. Things take time. The divine has a way of making things develop exactly how they're supposed to develop. The Most High develops it like that and does it like that on purpose. You can't skip steps. Things take time. There's a lot of ingredients to the recipe of success. It's a lot of things that play a role in baking a pie, baking a cake. And we can get lost in this microwavable society, this instant short film society, TikTok, Instagram shorts. All of these things have made us lack patience being able to sit and watch things or listen to a lecture for 15, 20, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. You know, God forbid it's like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. People's attention spans, dang, it's so long to take it. People's attention spans could be so low because they don't have patience. They haven't practiced that. And in order to get out of that spell of lacking patience, you have to force yourself. You have to literally force yourself to sit and listen, sit and be patient in the midst of you wanting something now. It doesn't work like that where you get it instantly. It's not instant ramen. This isn't no instant, rice, the little rice cooker that take like however long, or instant oats or whatever. It takes time to develop. An avocado, an apple, a banana, they take time to grow. They take years to grow. Years. They take years. Maybe your greens take like days, like maybe 2 months or a month, depending on what you're growing, what greens you're growing. Peppers like 30 days, but things take time. You still have to build and develop certain attributes to cultivate this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful masterpiece. You may need to get some rain this day. You may need for the seed to be indulged with hydration. You may need to cleanse and wash away all the pain and clear out destruction, you know? Or you may need that sun to kickstart you, get you productive, get you working, get you flowing, get you energized. You're gonna need some fertilizer. You're gonna need that, soil to be fertile for whatever you're planting, the seeds that you're planting. You need to plant the seeds first. You done got the rain, the sun, and fertilizer, but you ain't even planted the seed. You ain't even really planted the seed. You just put the seed on top. You ain't bury it. You didn't bury it, speak life into it, put it in there, watch it, cover it up. You just went straight, put it on top and think that the most high, the ancestors, whoever are gonna just automatically give it to you. The universe, like just gonna automatically give it to you. There has to be work put in, but the work involves, or the work that you're putting in, patience is involved. And the life of a farmer is involved. You need patience. Patience is part of the journey. This is how you get to success. This is how you see the fruits of your labor. The fruits of your labor. And there was a wise quote, a wise quote that I heard from somewhere. I don't know exactly where I heard it from, but basically in the quote, and I'm just paraphrasing, the wisest man knows that he may not enjoy, the wisest man knows he may not enjoy the shade of the fruits that he's planted. The wisest man knows that he may not enjoy the shade of the fruits that he have planted. So just because you may not see the whole result of the work and the legacy that you're leaving or giving behind or giving to your family, your kids is going to be like my great 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 or great 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 or great 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 planted this and that, did this and that, started this foundation, started this legacy, started this journey, and we're carrying it on. We're there. He passed the torch, or she passed the torch to us. That's meaningful. That's what life is about. And the life of a farmer teaches you that, to know that this is an ongoing process, that the fruits of your labor will be celebrated. It may not be in your era, but that's the mind of patience you got to develop. Because even when you're celebrating the fruits that you receive now, there's still benefits that come with planting those seeds that will not be foreseen in the now or in your time period. It may be in your great great grandkids, it may be even farther than that. But having that state of mind to say, I'm willing to start now and correct my whole lineage and correct my mistakes and correct anything else in my family structure so that my whole family line, my whole family lineage from here on out is living a high vibrational life. Is living the right path, is staying on the right path, staying the course and innovating things, evolving, growing in life. And this can take you to a more peaceful route, a more serene route, a more dedicated route, because now you're not just thinking about yourself. When you're planting those seeds, it isn't just about you. It ain't just about you. And we can make it about ourselves. We can make it and be, selfish and, you know, overly indulged in self, which I get it. I understand. I understand. I understand. But when we talk about being a farmer, when we talk about the life of a farmer, you can see how that can leave you to not acknowledge everything in this process of growing something, growing a nation, growing an empire, growing a family structure, a family, growing a mind, a mindset, developing this, cultivating it, cultivation, cultivation. Notice the word Asian. It sounds like nation. You need a nation. You need to develop a team, and teams take time to build because you're not just developing as only yourself. You have other people that have to develop, and you, just because you're developing doesn't mean this person is developing at the same pace. And on top of that, sometimes because you aren't developing and you aren't building as a person, they're not developing and building as a person. Some people will not grow until you start growing. Some people will not take the first step forward to correct themselves until you correct themselves. Think about how when you first started that weight loss journey or you first started getting this new job, then your friends like, oh, the real ones, like, oh, I might just get another job, or I might get in the gym and start working out and eating better. Sometimes you are the igniter. That's the sun. You started it. You are electrifying something. It takes you, it takes you to start it, but then it takes a village to really grow and really further existence, further the development, cultivate a larger consciousness of what we're trying to attract and what we're trying to develop. That's the life of a farmer. Knowing that, hey, you need patience, but during this patience, you got to be patient for the seeds that you're planting, but plant the proper seeds. Don't just be planting these genetically modified, inorganic seeds. You need them heirloom, organic seeds, thoroughbreds, the authentic ones. You know what I'm talking about. It's real. And you know just like how when you meet a real person, you know the difference in the taste, the volume, the abundance of it, the color, the hue, everything. And that's what we want to do when we develop and we practice this life model of being a farmer. And then on top of that, excuse me, we need to understand that in this space that we're developing and cultivating, we also need the elements of the universe, the elements of God, the elements of a village. And that may be as simple as when we talk about the rain hydrating the seed. Well, you need people to water over it, or you need to water over it. Speak life into it, because water is life. It's a life force. It's part of the elements. So when we think of speaking life into something, we want to talk about speaking words of affirmation, like this is going to work. This has already worked in my favor. Everything is how it's supposed to be for a reason. I'm gonna give it my all. The universe is working with me. My team is honest, loving, and supporting me just as much as I'm supporting them. And we support each other double, tenfold. You need that. You need the elements. You need these to all play a role in this game of life, because it is a game of frequency. It is a game of energy. Now you may need the sun, get you started up, get you pumped up. Like, yeah, man, you got it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. The time is now. Let's go. Let's go. The time is now. You got to start it. That's how you get it going, get everything going, and you get this burst of energy, and you just start doing everything, knocking out all your tasks, and now you're on the move. Now you're on the move. Now you're on the move. Then the earth is what's going to keep you grounded. It's going to keep you loyal. It's not going to keep you too high on your horse to where you can't see where you came from. Which, being able to see where you came from is how you connect with others, and you're being able to be compassionate. That's part of being a life of a farmer. You knew when you didn't plant that seed right, and where it led you to not reap a higher volume of fruit, a higher volume of vegetables, a higher volume of herbs, whatever it may be. You notice the difference. The same way you know how when you really pay attention to the details, and you keep things organic and real, and you nurture and you tend to your garden, you tend to your farm and your land, beautiful things happen. It's a beautiful experience. A beautiful experience. You see more fruitfulness, you see more hues of color, more smell, and then you got people that want to see your garden, be like, hey, what'd you build over here? How did you get that? How did you get it to go like that? Now you can nation build possibly when you use your discernment and you know who you're dealing with. Because then as you're building your garden, you're gonna have other people that got gardens, be like, hey man, what did you do to build your garden like that? I need to know. How did you put electroculture in there? You put them copper rods inside of there like jewelry and help amplify that? What'd you do? That might be something like, hey, I had to cut this person off. I had to add this person to the team. I had to put my ego to the side. I had to do this and that. It's an ingredients of elements that take a time period to cook or to bake or to really, really be developed and nurtured to get something beautiful and cultivate something amazing, like a farm, like a garden. And that's the beautiful thing about the life of a farmer. That's the, you know, intriguing thing. It makes you really see life like everything is connected, because it is. Everything is connected. What you do outside of the gym is what you do on your land as a farmer. What you do as a farmer is how you cook. How you cook is how you talk to people. And people may say, "Well, what are you talking about?" It could be as simple as paying attention to detail, taking your time, correcting mistakes. Those are things and traits that can play a role in every aspect of your life, the life of a farmer. They take these same characteristics, these same knowledgeable things that they learn about gardening and farming and agriculture, and they take it and use it and utilize it in this life. And it works in their favor because it's a game of energy. It's a game of energy. It's a game of frequency. And we have yet to sometimes see that, how we can be our worst enemy just by trying to make something not connect to this. Like it doesn't even matter. Like, oh, it's not the same as, but really it is the same. It's the same thing. It's the same principle. It may be a different category. It's the same principle though. Same format, because the universe doesn't recognize words, it recognizes energy. It recognizes energy, man. And that in the life of a farmer, the life of a farmer is an energetic characteristic. It's an energetic way to live and way to think and mold things. Cause you gotta know when, hey, maybe you gotta burn the land down, which is clearing the path, getting rid of people. You gotta burn the land down so you can remineralize the land. You may gotta do that. You may gotta cut people off and just get rid of your whole friend group and just say, you know what, I'm done with this. These people don't really got their best interests at heart for me, and they're taking advantage of me. We done. This spouse isn't good for me. They possibly are envious. They don't know how to really support me. I wish them the best. We done. My brother, my sister, my auntie, my mom, it don't matter. You gotta cut them off sometimes. That's maybe burning the land. You may gotta burn the land and remineralize it with beautiful people, loving support, the right tools and habits. You may have to. That's part of life. That's part of this whole family, high vibrational, whatever life structure. It's part of the universal equation of living your life to the highest vibration. You have to instill that inside of your mind. You have to instill that inside of your day-to-day habits. You have to instill that into your peer group, your team, your teammates. If they haven't already got that instilled inside of them, allow them to receive that download as you're telling them. You have to be patient with them too. Knowing when to be patient, and then knowing when to burn the land. Knowing when to nourish something, knowing when to burn the land. Knowing when to let the elements get everything watered, sun, fertilizer, and being patient. Then knowing when to burn the land. Knowing when to rip out a plant and replant it over here. Because you didn't been so fruitful over here, you can repot it over here, replant it over here. Now you got even more plants. Now you got more abundance. Timing, discernment, being connected to nature, being connected to the Most High, to the Creator, letting the ancestors channel through you. That is the life of a farmer. Sometimes you instinctively know when something is good or great. Sometimes you instinctively know when something is off or bad. You know this. You don't really need confirmation. You just know. Some things you just know. You know? But we can always get to this point of where we don't know how to take time, or we don't see the long haul with things. And it can be a downfall of us to not want to be patient, not want to nourish the projects or mindsets or brands that we're developing, or, let the elements of the universe nourish them, and being patient, and also knowing when to, cut ties or move on from things. That is the life of a farmer. And it's a beautiful life. And I suggest, I encourage you learn how to plant, you learn how to reap the beautiful seeds, and be patient enough to see the fruits of your labor come into fruition. And watch how you can carry this same concept, this same energetic frequency in life in life. And it's no coincidence why they say plants, when they die, there's bad energy in your area. And as you cleanse your space, you taking care of your habits of yourself, your home, your plants are gonna feel a lot more energetic and be upright. And that can be a correlation to how your life plays out when you're energy, because everything is energy. And I hope you guys take this in with a really, 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 really spongy mindset and really absorb this frequency exchange. Y'all enjoy. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste, namaste. Much gratitude and much grace. For we give love, we give thanks. Peace.